Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to Plain City. It's the Miami Valley Steam Threshers annual event. We're visiting with one of the directors, Gary Galamore. Gary is, as one of the directors, how many years has the Steam Threshers show here in Plain City been going on?
This is the 62nd year for the annual show, the 23rd year here at Plain City.
Well, my gosh, you know, as we talked a little bit before we started videoing today's program, mentioned the fact that this is one of those things that brings back a lot of nostalgia. There's quite a bit of history here. Folks enjoy coming here, meeting old friends and reminiscing.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what the show's all about, and I wouldn't be interested at all if it wasn't for the fellowship and the educational purposes of this show.
Now, how many people would you say come here and exhibit some of the old tractors and various kinds of farm equipment, implements?
Oh gosh, I'd hate to say. We've probably got 400 gas tractors here on the grounds this year. The steam engines were actually featuring scale models this year, so we've probably got near 50 steam engines, full grown and scale models, and the small engine area is 300 to 400 units out there.
Gary, every year I know that you highlight a different brand or different make. How do you determine that?
Well, you know, I guess it's just in a meeting somebody says, well, let's do this, and that's the way it is, and we are actually booked about 4 years out on a continuous basis. So this year we kind of wanted to go with Cockshut because it's a smaller unit, and so we added Ferguson and the scale models to that as a feature. For example, next year the Gathering of the Orange East will be here, and it's probably going to be the largest show we've ever had.
Well, now you have various events that go on during this annual event. One of the highlights I know are the tractor pulls and just making some of that old equipment work.
Yeah, we have. We're actually pulling our show tractors today, and tonight we've got 5 classes of pretty hot stuff out of Central Ohio Tractor Pullers Association, and tomorrow afternoon, or starting tomorrow morning, I guess, the Ohio State Antique Tractor Pullers will have a big show here. We also thrash wheat several times each day and run the sawmill, of course, and so there's a lot to see and do out here, and it's amazing. We've got a beautiful park here and a lot of shade, so it's worth the trip to come and see it.
As folks come here and you have a chance to visit with them year after year, what would be the highlight, would you say, or is it so varied that you can't pinpoint one thing?
It's really varied. Everybody comes for a different reason, and like I said, I enjoy the old iron, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be here, of course. The steam engines still amaze me after being around them all these years. It's still an amazement to see that power work. But you talk to 100 different people that comes through the gate, and they'll give you 100 different answers on that.
Well, of course, you can see some pretty large pieces of equipment here, but also some miniature. So, you know, if some of that size makes you a little wary of getting too close, you can go up to some of the miniatures and see how things work.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got fellow's got an 8th scale steam engine that's all hand built, and it's amazing. It runs. He builds a fire in the firebox every morning, and it runs. And he belts to a little Baker fan that he built himself, and it's an amazing project, you know. And that's the way most of this stuff is. And some of these tractors are getting toward 100 years old, and they ran possibly better than they did when they were brand new.
Of course, there's a lot to see for members of the entire family, young and old alike. And when you're here for a length of time, I know the taste buds start to pull you toward one food vendor over another, and you've got quite a little bit of variety there as well.
We have a nice variety of food, and as you can see by my build that I like to eat pretty well, a little bit of everything. We've got pulled pork and brisket that is as good as you can get. Corn on the cob, old-fashioned bologna sandwiches, clear down to ice cream. If you're hungry for something different, come to the show. We'll fix you up.
You know, Gary, also it's very easy to get to the actual site here near Plain City, right off of 42.
Yes, we're actually between what used to be the old State Route 42 and the new Highway 42, and right here at the north edge of Plain City, and you folks that likes to eat and go to Amish cooking of the Der Dutchman, well, we're on the opposite end of town of Der Dutchman.
Very good. Well, as we close off our visit today, is there anything, if folks would like to maybe next year plan to come, what would be some key reasons to come to the Miami Valley Steam Threshers event?
Well, as I said, next year we are having the Gathering of the Orange East, and that is the National Alice Chalmers Show, of course, and the Buckeye Alice Club is really pushing to do this. They have got a lot of flyers out already. So I would say it's going to be the largest show that we've ever had, and also the largest show that the Gathering of the Orange has ever had. So we're getting pretty excited about that already, and there again, come out and see all the demonstrations and the 100-year-old steam engines that's running yet, and there's just a lot here to see. A lot of flea markets along with that.
Well, excitement and interest, and a lot of history to be viewed once you come to the Miami Valley Steam Threshers annual event here near Plain City. Gary Galamore has been our guest. Gary, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Gary. I appreciate it.
And stay with us. Back with more when we continue with In Ohio Country Today.